Now that you're logged into the portal, I'm going to show you what's in here that's available for you. One thing I want you to notice, before over here it said log in, now it says log out. What this means is now you are logged in. So if you're on a public computer, you want to make sure you click this log out button before you go somewhere else, because your resources are available and vulnerable to other people if you walk away. So even though here on campus you don't log into the computers in the labs with your username and password, you do log into the portal. Now that you're in here, the first tab that you'll have is for a calendar. That's a Google Calendar, so it's something that I just want to point out to make you aware of. We put the tab up here so it's easy for you to get to. This is your private calendar, and anybody who has a Gmail account can share this calendar with you if you want to. So you can share it with your family or your friends if you're working on projects, if you want to take advantage of that possibility. But I encourage you to use it to keep your work schedule, your school schedule, your practice times for school, all kinds of things going on now that you're in college, so you'll want to use this calendar. The next thing that you may not have yet but will show up is this course schedule tab. What this is, that's just a quick access to get to your course schedule. There's other ways that you can get to it even before this tab shows up. But once your classes start, this will be here. The main reason for this tab is a quick reference. If you know you have class on Thursday at 4:30, you get to campus, you forget what room it's in, especially in the first couple of weeks, you can come in here on your phone, log into the portal, check this course schedule, and it'll tell you the things that you need to know. So just remember that that'll be here for a quick reference for you. Google Drive. Not many people are familiar with Google Drive, so I'm going to take a minute to explain it. You have your account here. Google Drive is a cloud-based storage. So if you click on this, it won't work the same on your iPad, but on once you get to a computer and you click on this Google Drive link, it'll take you to your personal Google Drive. Now this is set up just like a hard drive. I have all my different folders in here. Inside of these folders I can have more folders, I can make documents and so forth. So this is something that you can take advantage of. One of the big benefits of Google Drive is over here I have the option to create new folders, but also Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. I can click on more and it brings me over to Google Forms, and Google Keep is an option that's in here, so there's a whole bunch of stuff for you. The main thing I want to show you right now is Google Docs. When I open this up, it creates a Google Doc. It's untitled, so I can give it a name up here if I want to. I could call this Test. And then in here, it's kind of like a Word document, except it automatically saves everything. It just said all changes saved in Drive. The benefit of that is, there's a couple things. One of them is, if you started a Google Doc right now and then turned off your iPad, went home, you could open that same document up on your phone or on your laptop or in a library somewhere and continue working on it because all of your stuff is saved in the cloud. Another benefit of that is, if you're working on term paper and you save it on your thumb drive and you lose your thumb drive, you've just lost all your work. Or if your hard drive crashes, you've lost everything. The benefit of this is it's saved in the cloud. But one of the other key things of Google Drive compared to a Word document is the share button here. If I am working on a collaborative project with all of you, we have a class together, let's say, and we decide that this Saturday at 11:30 is a great time for us to get together, but we don't all want to drive back to campus, I can create this document, click the share drive, add in your email addresses, and then it will send you a link. And then while I'm working on this, all the different people who are working on it, their names will pop up, or their initial will pop up here. As I'm typing, on your screen live, you'll be able to see what I'm typing. And when you're typing, I can see what you're typing. We can all be working on the same document at the same time. And so it's a great way to work collaboratively. I tell you all that just to kind of explain what Google Drive and Google Docs are. What I'd encourage you to do is look up some YouTube videos that do training on Google Drive for college students. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Odds are good you're going to end up using this in some of your classes, so this is just a chance for you to get used to it. Later I'm going to show you some other training that I've created just to kind of give you a little bit more on this. But for now I just want you to be aware of what that link up here for Drive is. Go ahead and click on this well, first let me talk about email. Your email account is your username at midmich.edu. So that's your email account. It's a Google account, so it's easy for you to add it to your phone, and I encourage you to do that because you don't want to just ignore this account. Even though you already have accounts that you use, you want to look at this one regularly. Email from school will come to this. Email from financial aid, if your instructor changes something midweek, it'll come to this email account. So even if you don't add it to your phone, you'll still want to check it on a regular basis. This next link, the help desk, go ahead and touch that link on your iPad. What this will do is it'll bring up a help desk ticket for you. And you'll notice, first of all, it doesn't ask for your name because you're already logged in over here. And then you think about using this for any kind of technology questions that you have. You have the drop down here for the request types. You may not have any idea, so you could just do help desk any request. Put in a subject, put in the detail, the location, and those kind of things, room number, and then you can save that and it'll submit it. Now what this is for, if you have any kind of technology problems, you may be in a lab, one of the computers isn't working, you can turn it in here. But even more importantly, if you're working on an assignment through Moodle, which we'll talk about later, if you're working on an assignment and you're having a hard time uploading it, or if you're taking a quiz online and it times out or it gets kicked off before you finish it, or any kind of a problem like that with technology with your classes, fill out a help desk ticket, because that will end up coming to us and we can work with you and help you on this. You can put your phone number in here and we can give you a call, or we will contact you through your email, your school email. Any answers from this will come back to your school email, so that's another reason to check that. So I encourage you to use this. Don't feel like you're on your own. If you're having problems with something, ask. Use the help desk system anytime you have any questions, even if they're just small questions. We want to make sure that you feel supported, that you're taken care of, and that you don't have to be focusing on the problems. You can be focusing on your class. Go back to the portal link over here. There's a link that I have. You don't have it yet. Once you have signed up for your classes, once your classes begin, I believe, is when this link will show up. It's lynda.com. But I want to explain to you what it is. See, the school pays quite a bit of money for this, and you as a student have free access to it. It's an online repository of thousands of classes that you can take, is what lynda.com is. And you have a free membership as a student. So I'm going to go in here just to kind of show you what it is, so when the time comes, you'll be able to remember what's here. Up here, there's a library. And you'll see as I hover over that, it shows me all of these different categories. There's 3D and animation, audio, music, business, CAD, design, developer, education and e-learning, IT, marketing, photography, video, and web. A couple of ways that you can use this. When I was taking networking classes here, I went to the IT and I found some networking classes that were similar to the one that I was taking. So in other words, I had my class here at school with my teacher and my book and all that stuff, found a similar class from Lynda that taught the same thing but with somebody else's perspective on it. And by taking that along with my class, it gave me a lot more information. Plus, there are some things, especially in IT, where there's certifications, and Lynda offers training to prepare you for those certifications. So that's one way you can do it. Another way that this could be helpful is, let's say you're in business and you know you're only going to be taking your basics here and then moving on, but you want to start developing some other skills in it. Maybe you plan to go into marketing in the long run. So I'm going to go down here to marketing. And I can look at marketing and then look at these different topics, either the different software they have or the topics that they have. And I'm going to learn about online marketing. Let's say that's something I want to start learning now. So if I click on this, it brings to the next screen where in here there's 54 separate courses with 1,567 video tutorials just on online marketing. So then you can scroll through here, and if you see one that you really like, you click this and it'll add it to your library and you can come back to it later. And the good thing about lynda.com is that it's owned by LinkedIn. So when you set up a LinkedIn account and you finish a course, you'll get a badge that you can apply to your LinkedIn account which then will show as you're doing job searches and things, as future employers are looking, they'll see that you've already done some work on it. The other way that you can use this is if you just want to learn something just for fun. Maybe you'd like to learn all about photography, or you'd like to learn about web design or video. You can take these classes just for fun. Like I said, I show this to you now so that when this LinkedIn tab comes up in the future, you'll be able to get into that and look around and see what's there. The next thing I want you to do is touch this Midweb tab. And when that goes to the next screen, touch Current Students. In here, there's a whole lot of information that you're not going to come to on a regular basis, but I want to show you what's here just so you know where to look for it. First of all, down here, you can get your grades, get your grade point average by term. At some point in the future when you need to get your transcript, you can come back in here and get a transcript request to have them send it to another school or to an employer. So you can get all that stuff in here. Later on today, you're going to look up classes and you're going to schedule your classes, but here's where you'll come to do all of that. If you want to see the academic calendar, see when classes begin and end, you can find that here. Over here you can make a payment, you can get some other financial kind of information. Here, this direct deposit. If you get a refund from school, rather than waiting until the next time they write checks and then having them mail it, if you have this filled out, they can just direct deposit it for you and you get your money quicker. And down here, this whole section is all new. So there's a lot of great financial aid information in here for you. You obviously can go talk to financial aid people, but you might get your answers a lot quicker by going to this section here. So there's a lot of information in here for you. I'm going to have you go back to the portal. At this point, I'm going to end this video so that the advisors can answer any questions that you might have so far. And when you're ready, they can go on to the next video, and we're going to talk about Moodle.